Well, it's a trend we're starting to see a lot more often these days. Students graduating from high school and doing something other than getting a 4-year degree or a job.
Yeah, de-stressing and just having life experiences. Kim DeGiulio is here with us now. And Kim, you talked to this Michigan man who is living out of his van.
Right.
Okay.
Not down by the river, even though Jason has loved that reference this morning.
The question is, how does he make a living doing that?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm here to explain to you. So he calls himself Van Man Chan, and he's from Grand Blanc, but don't expect to find him there or really anywhere around here in the near future. In fact, when I caught up with him, he was alone in the middle of a desert in Nevada.
Chandler Kresnicki just turned 20 years old. At that age, most people are trying to figure out what major they'd like to pursue. But Chandler had other plans.
I thought, like, I'm young, I saved up money, why not take the risk and kind of just, take the shot.
Take a shot at van life, so it's called.
Van life is probably the most popular one, but then you have nomad, overlanding, boondocking.
Basically turning a vehicle into a home and then traveling across the country, which is what Chandler did with his 1998 Dodge Ram wagon.
Bed, desk area, under the sink, and workspace and all that.
He's been on the road for about 5 months now, getting the opportunity to explore the U.S.
I did Redwoods, Lake Tahoe, Yosemite, Pinnacle, like pretty much every single national park in California. And then now I just got to where I'm at in Nevada, right outside Las Vegas.
He documents his adventures every day, then uploads them to YouTube, where Chandler calls himself Van Man Chan, letting subscribers follow along in his journey.
I feel like if I just remain consistent, I remain just trying to put out the best possible content I could put out, that, eventually with time, this could be fully sustainable with YouTube, and then I could branch off doing other things like merch and just figuring out other creative ways to, monetize this and capitalize on making content on the road.
Chandler says van life is definitely not a traditional post-grad route, but it's becoming more accepted.
I think that you really get a lot of eyebrows raised with more of the older generations, because they don't know, oh, I'm living in the van, I'm, doing all this. They don't really get it, but with the younger generation, it's kind of like a new movement. They're really behind it.
This journey was a leap of faith, and he hopes his content helps others take their leap of faith too.
Van life and anything really creative or in general is just, take the risk and double down on yourself, man. That's probably the biggest thing I could say, is because nothing's ever going to happen. Nothing's ever going to change unless you make it happen or you make it change. And that's another thing too, is like this whole entire thing is like win or lose. These are memories for life, and it's all going to be documented on YouTube.
And that's the best part. And Chandler, in fact, he loves that he's documenting his journey through social media, and that means that his experiences, well, they're going to live on forever. So even decades from now, he can go back and relive those adventures, show them to his family eventually. And by the way, you can follow him on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. It's Van Man Chan.
In fact, he needs you to.
Yes, he does.
I was going to say, has he been successful so far? I mean,
he says that he's got about 2,000 subscribers. He's been out there for 5 months, so he's doing well. But he was really thankful for this coverage.
I bet.
He was like, oh my goodness, this is great.
This could give me a boost.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie though, I'm a little jealous.
Yeah,
I am too.
Cool.
That's how I felt, and I'm not judging at all. I mean,
no.
If my mom was alive today, she'd be doing the same thing.
Oh, my parents would be like, oh no, honey, we did not.
Yeah, I know.
That was not in the plan.
And that's what I asked him. I was like, what about your parents? What did they say? And he said, my parents support me whatever I wanted to do. So I love that.
Nice. Well, good for him. He's having fun and creating life memories.
Absolutely.
So.